guys to go ahead and try to get through here. So, actually going to be setting up some new ones today, since I figured we've kind of gone through and seen those other ones over and over again. So, you know, we'll see what we can do here. Need to turn down that music volume just a little bit, because it seems a little bit loud, actually. There we go. Should be about right. It's alright. Don't know what we're getting into, but same rules as last time. It's just going to be a single run today. I only have a little bit of time, about an hour or so, give or take. So we'll see how this goes. So first things first, I want to experiment with something this time. I want to experiment with a weird build. So, you know, Alloy Shoddy is amazing. Silky is garbage. I wonder what happens if you combine the two. So we're going to be going for a bit of a bizarre experimental build in that regard. So there we go. We'll slap that together. I will probably go for a chicken build here, I figure. Yeah, odds are this team's gonna be pretty crappy, but you know, we'll see what we can come up with. Let's see, Kyrian Lotus. Yeah, all these insides should be fine. That should be good as far as the stun thing goes. These almost definitely want to be something else. Kind of tempted to have a dashing build here, actually. You know, actually, I wonder if I switch this out for something else. Yeah, it's almost up there on leg weight. Okay, this is gonna be a really weird one, because I want to see what happens if I just make something ridiculously fast and dashy with double shotties. This is probably a horrible idea, but whatever. Okay, so let's say give it the gold. No, let's give it the 9OTs. This thing looks iffy. Sure, whatever, we'll give it a shot. And then for the backs, these two shotties are probably going to be more than enough. So I think double radars on the back will probably do the job. I don't know if anybody will actually make it by this hour, but we'll see. Alright, let's do this. Oh, you okay, kiddo? You alright? Apparently we had a snack go down the wrong way there. Alright, is it overheating? Yeah, it's overheating a little bit. That's something we gotta work on. Need to give it a little bit more boosty wantings. Because I can't apparently remember, I can't remember the word tendency today, it seems. Yeah, been a bit of a nutso day. You know, they come up every now and then. So yeah, this is, you know what, this is acceptable. I prefer the double shotty setup, but you know, it'll work. Now, as before, we're going for the same thing of not really having any meta-type setups. So, no napalm rockets, otherwise I would absolutely slap those on there. So okay, the whole forward boosting thing on this one is mostly for the purpose of just having it try to dodge something at close range. It probably won't be able to do it effectively, but still. Let's see, definitely go for close range here, definitely go for stable. Dashing, yes. Jumping, no. Running, low. And then staying defensive. I don't know if that'll cause them to stay out of sight or not. Performance-wise, yeah, that's fine. Let's see, name entry. Let's say Shell Crab. Actually, hell. It's Shell Chicken. Why not? Or Shell Bird. Let's go Shell Bird. I probably should have actually announced this thing before starting it, but again, gonna be a bit of a crazy schedule, well, pretty much always. Let me go see if anyone's actually on there. Alright. Probably wants a little bit beefier arms, I'd figure. Yeah, it doesn't really have a whole lot of weight to spare for that. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that for the moment. And let's see how that does. Again, don't really expect this one to be a win. He mentioned that these are probably some of the cheesiest things he's got yet. And I doubt we're going to go through what looked like 10-something teams in an hour. But, you know, we'll always continue whatever we don't finish next week. Alright, he's pretty fast. A bit iffy on the old heat front. He's Doing okay on Plink. Seems like he'd have a really hard time for anything with any decent turn speed. There's potential here, but it needs work. Like, that's the thing. It's got damage, but it definitely needs a little bit of work. Like, these starting things that they use here are pretty awful. It's kind of sacrificing the whole double shotty type situation for the purposes of just trying to get a lot of heavier hits off immediately. Yeah, energy shotty is definitely better there, but I want that left shotty to be something else, like maybe... Yeah, maybe this one. It'll give it a little bit of extra weight. It's got comparable firepower, and it should be okay. We'll see. Yeah, these boosters kind of helped. It's hard to say just how much, though. Yeah, the rest of it, this is pretty alright. I think switching down to Vulture 3 will probably do a good job here. I can't really say it's excellent, but, you know, it'll work. For now, it'll work. Let's move on to the next one. Big White. Actually pretty solid wall build, just kind of on his own. But I think we can make him a little bit better. So for one thing, let's probably go for something a bit more reliable, like maybe the Shade. And I'm going to forget which game I'm playing and hit the wrong controls, of course, as you do. Yeah, so let's actually go for the Spirit, which interestingly enough actually has more firepower than the Sawa in this one. I don't know how I missed that up to this point. Alright, and then we'll go for probably a snipey type setup, maybe. Or a pistol. Maybe we'll go pistol. That seems like it would stack together relatively well. Mid missiles on the back. Mids are basically worthless in this one, so we're just going to go ahead and get the 9 micros. This can go ahead and become this. If you're wondering on the music in the background, by the way, it's Verdict Day's OST entirely today. So it might sound weird as hell, just FYI. Yeah, this one might not be very good. We'll see. Let's see, are you at least basically functional? We're gonna go with barely. Yeah, snipey setup might not be so bad with this. Yeah, close range he does already, puts out a decent amount of heat. Seems to be pretty good at actually resisting it himself. Well, actually, no, not the heat. No, he's definitely going to need some improvements on the old heat department, so he's going to need slower boosters. He's going to cut into his movement a good bit. What are we using here? Yeah, probably the 9OTs will do the job for him. Armor-wise, he's probably alright. We'll go for a Snipey on the left and see how he does. Maybe even a Fenrir. What soundtrack? Verdict Day. So that's the last one that came out. Hello there, Mr. Javelin. We're just putting together a new team for this one, just because I didn't want to keep using the same one. So currently working on putting together a sort of a snipey tank type situation, so that'll seemingly do the job alright. Last time that I went to the Fenrir build that I had put together, it was having a little bit of longevity issues. Figure this should probably do the job pretty alright. It seems like that left snipey is going to be having ammo issues though. Might want to consider swapping that out for something else too. Because yeah, now he's not using his spirit at all. Yeah, I might get rid of the micros and maybe go for Fenrir and like a pulse rifle on the left. Let's go and speed this up a little bit. Because yeah, even that, he's doing like 400 or 500 with that. It's not bad, it's not great. Either way. Because yeah, if he has Fenrir and the Spirit right off the bat, and then he just basically unloads both those things, he's going to be ridiculous. So let's go ahead and give him the double antennas. And then on his left hanger, we'll go ahead and pop on Pulse Rifle, I think. Or actually, no. Let's. What's the best range pistol we can slap on there? Get a 254, 220, 258. Yeah, I think the 258 is gonna be our best bet. Wait, how the hell does the finger have more range than? Whatever. Who cares? Let's pretend that makes sense. Alright, so we'll assume that's at least passable. Let's see if he functions. That very first shotgun chicken, the shellbird, I don't really see that doing very much. But still, it'll be great if it does. So yeah, against faster things, sure, this might not be very good, but with both these shots at the same time, I mean, he's basically got longevity there with the Spirit on the right, and then with Fenrir on the left, he's basically got the ability to rip off about, well, potentially half their AP before they even get close. So it should do the job pretty well. Like right there, he's doing decent damage. He's got enough of everything to stay at pretty long range. I need to switch his tendency to be a bit more defensive long range, I think. Probably give him more terrain awareness. Because that one could definitely get some terrain help. Yeah, very long range. Go for that. Some jumps, no running. Let's go for straight defense with this guy. And in fact, let's make him stable. Yeah, and he's pretty much maxed out for terrain. He's got a few radars, so we can sacrifice 5 points from search, which will give him this. There we go. And then he needs a new name. Yeah, that's what I was setting him up as. Now we're probably gonna have to sacrifice some stuff, but yeah, we need some decoys. And just enough left for the decoys. So he should outlast. Do I think the soda baskets can make it though? I honestly, I think the soda baskets has a chance. It's not the greatest, but it's not exactly the worst thing ever either. And I'm thinking if I just maybe swap out a couple weapons on it, it might be reasonably viable. Oh, man, Griffin 2 maybe? He doesn't really have any backups for this, but... Or he could just go dual dragons, I guess. Just dual crappy energy weapons. But no, honestly, with Silky and everything else, this guy's a powerhouse. I'm going to leave him as he is. Again, I know he's not the greatest by any means, but still, I just love that stupid looking thing. Alright. So we've got basic rockets, we've got grenades. What if we went for heavier grenades, went for slightly less on this? I'm thinking like Periton and then maybe like a Magnum in the hangars? Oh no, he can't actually equip those. Alright, well, we can get rid of this. We can swap out that core, maybe. Probably replace that Periton with something else. Kinda tempted to go dual grenades with this guy, to be honest. We can go Sawa. We can replace the missiles. Yeah, grenade cannon and Sawa. This thing is pretty stupid, but yeah. Gotta be careful in building tank builds. Oh, I know! I know! I've been building in this game a while. Alright, let's see. We're about 600 over on that. See, going for that one, yeah, arms would be overweight. So let's see. We get comparable defense here. Like, honestly, if we went back to these, we'd probably be okay. So yeah, comparable defense there. And then we can probably make up for that defense by getting those shield extensions on this guy. See, arms overweight by just a few pounds. That's kind of a bummer. Okay, let's go 2 in the arms. Take away one of those energy defenses, put one of them on weight. Take another one, put it on weight. Oh, come on. There we go. just slightly. So this thing's probably, again, just meant to beat stuff down. Its turn speed is absolutely garbage. So let's see if we can fix that a little bit. this, for all intents and purposes, I'm kind of counting as the test round. Again, I only have about an hour, so we're going to see what we can put together. And yeah, we'll go from there. And what we're missing is it's kind of the original dual shoddy build. So what we're going to do here is going to go for an extremely fast dual shoddy build. So same setup as before with the 2 shotties, but now we're just going to go get Wyvern 2, get the alloy shoddy. Where are you? There we go. Alright, so it's overweight by how much? 600? Alright, we can get rid of those micro missiles. They are not going to matter at all. All it needs, it's already got in its hands. It's not even going to go radars on this. That core needs to be something else, like an MG core, for example. See, nobody's using that currently. So this is just going to be plain speed and DPS. Oh wait, this... Okay, no, this one's already taken. Well, we'll swap it out for the other one. Alright, get some new stuff there. Stability, it's ideally not going to take any shots. Lock-on cancellation pulses, increases sight lock, codone, and energy weapon power. There we go. So it's just sheer speed and DPS incarnate, ideally. Okay, so going for ultra short range, going for stable, going for all dashes and jumps. Actually, probably not even any jumps. Set jump tendency really low, and then set it to be ultra defensive. And performance-wise, yeah, lots of terrain, lots of attack strategy. Yeah, it's not bad for open maps. For any closed maps, but yeah. Okay, well, he's definitely got some speed on him. Unfortunately, he's staying in front, which ain't great. He's got DPS for days, if he actually does manage to get close, though. There we go. I don't really expect him to accomplish that much, but I think with some side shields he might be a bit more tangible. Does he have space for those? Yeah, he just barely has enough space for some side shields, and then we'll replace those parts from the other 2. Because yeah, these things give you a pretty decent chunk of defense. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and what can we give you then? I don't think he really even needs anything else. He's fine. What do we do for the Devastator, though? I feel like the Devastator just needs more stuff. Yeah, it's a little ghetto, but, you know, it'll maybe do the job. So we'll go ahead and save it there. And to start off with, we'll go ahead and put in the soda baskets. Alright. Again, going into this whole thing, I expect these guys to get completely wiped. But I just want to see what we're dealing with, so let's see how far they get. So these are... Wait a minute. Wait a minute, who did they replace? Yeah, teams 0 to 8, so it should be 9 different teams. Did they have the same names as before? Just before we go into this whole thing? Alright, we'll just go ahead and do them newest, oldest then. Okay, so Umiwa. Whatever that is. And we'll go ahead and do these fights in the desert. So yeah, the soda baskets doesn't really fare too well in maps that are this open. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, with this quick of a team, I'm expecting them to be toast. Let's see, grenade. Okay, you know what? He actually might have a chance against this guy. He's ultra lightweight. So it looks like we got micros, we got the dinky machine gun, and we got a grenade launcher. He's getting overheated. Couldn't tell you why he's not using his Selenas right now. He's just sitting there and taking it. The funny part is, he's actually come back from worse, but I don't know why he's not using his EOs again. This could be the same bug from last time, and I hope it isn't. Alright, let's move on to the next one then, so that'll be the Shellbird. Get this thing going. See, that's it from 1 to X. Can do the rest if you want. Okay. So I didn't know if those were new or the same ones from last time. But yeah. I don't get what's going on with the EOs. There has to be something else bugging out here. So yeah, Shellbird definitely has to just die immediately. Wait, did I even remember to give them their optionals? Now that I think about it. It's very possible I didn't. I know I forgot to give him back his inside parts, so that's always fun. Right. Let's get the next one in there. Yeah, pretty sure the Unsung here, who I never even bothered to rename, will handle it. Hi, kiddo. And he's not getting close for some reason. Sure. Fair enough. And okay, he's just sitting there taking... What are you doing? What are we doing exactly? By the way, ultra close range tendency. Yeah, that close range though. There you go. What do you say? You're welcome. I gotta love when the AI janks out. See, this is why I shouldn't have gone for tricky builds. Because yeah. That's the kind of stuff that happens, and this is why whenever you see like double bazooka builds and whatever else, it's just like, yeah, it's not really leaving any room for error there. Like for example, this guy, he just walks in place and constantly pelts. It's all he does. He's basically artillery. On the plus side, his tracking is amazing because of the fact that he stays on the ground. So that's always fun. So we'll just go ahead and see if the Devastator can now just carry the entire party. As he does. And yeah, as far as yeah, I don't know exactly how to pronounce that, but long story short, I roughly know where it's from, I think. I don't know. Still a little bit brain dead today, admittedly. Alright, looks like we got a missile boat. Yeah, that's not going to fare too well here. Although he's a hover, he might. So look at it from his perspective, he's basically fighting the Mother Will here. Boom! Man, every one of these shots is just ruining his day. Alrighty then. Well, whatever works. I'll say he's a pretty excellent dodger. Might dig into their AIs, see what their tendencies are. He's actually dodging pretty well. I think he's always had the best track. Not always, not always. That's why a lot of smaller ones tend to, like, I always call them dart builds. Like the sort of wasp type setups. They tend to get around him pretty well. See, as nice as this general strategy is, that he's just kind of circling around and trying to avoid most of the shots as best he can, there is a downside to this this plan of his. See, he actually still needs to get some shots in. And so far, he's not doing a whole lot of that. Alright, there we go. Now he's going. Alright, good plan, good plan. Gotta respect it. Yeah, you thought the big chunky boy couldn't dodge? He can't. He can't move. He's specifically made not to move. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of that fight. So, alright, we can just go ahead and rebuild that team then. So, the funny part is, the soda basket, or not the soda baskets, what's his face? As far as the Devastator, he's literally supposed to be the boss from AC1, and I didn't redo his AI at all. So all he does is walk and shoot. He's a big old chunky boy, it's what he does. Alright, so this one needs something a little different. His turn speed is alright, it keeps up decently well. But I feel like he could maybe do with, oh, I don't know. Maybe if he went for double dragons, that might work a little bit better for him. We'll give that a shot. And, no explanation as to why he didn't use the Slain at all. He actually would have won that last time, I believe, if he had used them, but again, it's just kind of how it's been lately. The AI just doesn't really know what to do. So, alright, I think we need a kind of long-range gunfighter build. I don't really use a whole lot of those, but, you know, we'll see how that goes here. Feel like it could work in this situation. Alright, a snipey and a burst rifle, sure. These, I feel, could be replaced with, let's say, some decoy pods. Yeah, those sides can probably be one of these. We can replace one of those radars with probably a vertical or a micro. Hello there, Celtic Spear. Haven't seen you in ages. How's it been, man? How you doing these days? Alright. Go for the Spartoy. That should be a pretty solid setup there. A little bit overweight. It's fine. We'll be going for some chunkier legs. No need to keep the RJs here. Probably go for a mid-weight type setup. That should be decent. Gonna go for medium range here. Stable's fine. Actually, no, we're gonna go for that. Lots of dashing, decent amount of jumping, and yeah. Solely on defense, and then we'll actually go ahead and give this one a chip. So just try and stay away for the start of the fight. Then put him on full defense. So you haven't seen you in ages either. Hope you've been doing well. Last few weeks were hell. Well, I've been pretty busy. You know, same old with the kiddos. Got a new job. Been trying to keep everything going and all that sort of thing. Usual kind of craziness. Alright. Yeah, that'll do there. Big White did decently. I forget what his old... Did I even have him fight last time? I don't think I did. Alright, Devastator. Honestly, his tendencies are all that needed changing. So yeah, no running. Decent amount of jumping and attacking. And yeah, go for a full attack here. In fact, I kind of want to swap this guy out for the medium core here. Where is it? Nagaya? Yeah, that's not going to be viable. Alright, forget that. What do we got going on optional parts-wise? Chen Cap, he doesn't need that too much. Code only has... And yeah, missile display, so he's fine there. Which one? This one definitely needed missile display. Or does he? Yeah, he does. Okay, cancellation. You know what? I'm actually gonna... Let's get rid of the energy defense thing for the missile display. Alright, that should be decent. And then soda baskets, yeah, we'll put the dragon on the left arm instead of the right. Probably put the mini Sawa on the right. Give him a little bit more DPS. Again, the soda baskets was built as a joke, because those turrets, the Silky, and the dragon are generally considered to be garbage. So, I figured what the hell, let's just combine them all and see what happens. Alright. Now let's go ahead and do this again. Mr. Braxton, why are you barking? Dang barky doggos. Alright. Let's go for the first team this time. Go ahead and save it. And see what happens. I forget if I actually updated everything to make the Shellbird here even work. Pretty casual day. Probably everything gonna be going wrong today. As you do. He's doing okay in that regard. You know what? I know what I forgot to do here. I meant to give him the mid-core. Oh well. He's probably dead then. I mean, he's still doing alright DPS-wise. He'd just be doing much better with the mid-core. There's really no sense in using this core without hangers, really. There we go. He's a decent gunfighter. Alright, let's see how Stringe does. Because yeah, one combo that I've been particularly loving lately is when you... Weird noises coming out of my phone. But yeah, a snipey linear plus the mid-core tends to do a really good job. This gun tends to have a nice mix of DPS and other stuff. Like heat and stun and DPS and all that kind of goodness. How's he doing? Fantastic. Zom's got another one in the books. Beautiful. Let's go get another one in there. There we go. Let's get Root. Now, by the way, is all audio and everything else all good on your guys' end? So what's the deal with this guy here? Looks like we got rifles, what is that? Yeah, he's similar rifle and linear build. He's gone for the mid-core, though. Lightweight arms, so he's taking a decent amount of damage here. Doesn't seem to have... Yeah, he seems to have tracking issues. But yeah, I think the Shellbird's got this. Because yeah, he can get a little bit of an early lead due to the range advantage that he's getting, and sometimes he's dump firing the linear, but still. Most of the time the shots aren't going wasted. Its whole AoE for its attack is big enough that it usually can get away with dump firing. It's not exactly a precision thing. And there we go, he's toast. And that one caused us so many problems last time. Alright, next we got Scooter. Alright, now, a dedicated linear arm build, that could be a pretty solid counter to this. depending on his accuracy. It's literally just an accuracy battle right now, and yeah, if he gets 2 in a row, that's going to be a direct overheat. So he's an absolute counter to this. Shellbird's got anti-missiles, so he's fine. That's basically free time for him. He can do it. Especially because the linear guy might be running low on shots pretty soon. Not to mention he doesn't seem to have any counter for that. Like, why are you standing still, though? Okay, he's getting pounded. But it's still really close. Oh, real close, but still. It's a pretty solid run from the Shellbird. Alright, next up is the Big White versus the Scooter. Let's do this. So just a pure energy sniper for the most parts. There's a linear build. You should have this. You know, I'm still kind of undecided on the Verdict Day soundtrack, as far as whether I like it or not. It's like, it's got some really good stuff, some really crappy stuff, I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's pretty solid overall, I'd say, though. Alright. Not doing too badly. There's a bit much on the old drain front. And I don't think he's actually doing very much with a Fenrir. Because really one of those shots would be enough to finish this, but no. He's a little too clunky. I would have to update his tendencies a little bit. Alright. Next up would be the soda baskets. Let's do this. I would say that this Scooter here is probably a direct counter to the soda baskets, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, he can keep this spam going pretty well early on. It just depends on whether or not they get close or not. If the Scooter gets into the turrets, then the soda baskets will win it. If not, then it's looking pretty unlikely. Yeah, there we go. There goes Selena's. There go the turrets. He's jammed out right now. Hopefully he uses the ECM makers. Can tell you why he's not using those. That's the thing. Usually, so the way that this one's designed, its whole idea is that it pushes through the whatever initial heat comes in, and then just basically uses that momentum to carry through to the end and just kind of slowly survive the end. But oh well, that one wasn't feeling like happening, so let's go for this one now. Yeah, Verdict Day's all over the place. It's like, at the same time, it always manages to have the best and worst of the series in kind of a bizarre way. Dang fun game, though. Even if I can't stand looking at it. Oh, he's just slightly off of rhythm here. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure if you're seeing that, but it kind of looks like the linears can actually delete sour shots? That's a weird property. Huh. And the Devastator should still win this, but it's weird that the linears can delete their shots for some reason. Alright, never mind. Actually, no, he's completely locked down right now. There's nothing he can do. He's got his inside rockets, but that's about it. He doesn't actually get a chance to recover. He's going to be recovering for absolutely ages. Why did I delete the team from last time again? The game actually hurts eyes sometimes. Design stick while he used to, yeah. Like, I love the gadget systems, you know, the hard mode and everything else, but yeah. It was the same thing here, that just like, the others I could play over and over and over, do run after run after run, and then down was just like, this physically hurts after like 20 minutes. I can't keep looking at it. Alright, so there's the Scooter gone. So it's down to 2v1 right now for this team. hard to call. I have to see how fast this quad is. Oh, this thing's got friggin' all the accuracy of just barfing out a window. But that's the point. It was made this way on purpose. Yeah, there we go. He's overheating. This was not a terribly cool quad here. Getting a decent amount of heat generation. Missing with most of those bazooka shots though, so he's probably gonna run himself out before he can actually break through armor there. Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure the Devastator's gonna be able to come back from this. This theme right here, though, this is like, it has easily one of my favorite menu themes in the series. Just really solid. Alright. Chose to get in close for some reason. So Devastator can win it at close range. Come on, one more shot, and dead! Alright. So there we go. That's the first team gone. A little bit close, definitely closer than the last team was, but you do as you do, I suppose. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and fight in the city for this next team here. So once again, doing that same rule where all ACs are back for the second one. It's just more fun that way. There's far less of just one AC carrying the team through everything, and it's not the way the game was meant to be played anyway. So there we go. I think I meant to switch it over to the other one, but that's fine. This will work out great. See, this is the kind of stuff that the Soda Baskets is good for. Because it's plinked from long range. Normally it would have the Silky for this, but it's fine. And then get some turrets out, get the Selene out. That's when it really shines. But again, kind of the danger of it is always just the fact that it's 100% energy based. Very economical on the old gas front. Not so much on the old actually not getting ruined by overheat front. VD has his favorite garage theme? Yeah, it's really nice. Just like, it's one of those ones where, regardless of whatever else is going on, you just sit down and it's like, yeah, this is great. I want to get down to building some stuff. Now, why exactly aren't the turrets firing? Because he's gotten within range several times now. Oh, there we go. That's weird. Wonder if the ECMs actually affect the turrets by chance. And yeah, another one of those fights where he's just decided that the Selena doesn't exist. This is arguably this thing's main weapon, and he just doesn't use it. It's frustrating, but them's the breaks. Sometimes the AI is just really, really dumb. Yeah, a couple Selena shots is all I would have taken, but he decided it doesn't work. It's okay. Next we'll go for the Unsung, just because we haven't really seen much of it. There's really no reason. Yeah, it was close, but that's the thing. He should have won that if he would have used the Selenas at all. The AI janked out, because that was 100% the type of scenario that one's made for. And it's really overpowering in those situations in most cases, but yeah. Right, we got our Mosquito, who's gladly getting sniped with insta-shot bazookas, because of course. Alright, we got what looks like a redneck Evangel here. Made for defensive builds, yeah. Absolutely. I just love the aesthetic of this map. And it's one of the few that actually manages to stay balanced, because it was actually, made an earlier generation, I suppose. All right, so that's Sean and Lei done. Never thought about ECM affecting the Orbicans. Need to test that? Yeah, it might. There's all kinds of weird crap that affects different things. I mean, earlier it looked like linear shots were deleting Sawa shots out of the air, just because of all the weird interactions that why would you ever know about? I mean, ECM affects their ability to think in general and stuff like that too. All right, looks like we got two DPS builds against each other. All right, this is the one with the hollow in the finger. Interesting setup. I like it. I like it, like, in concept and aesthetic. I don't think it'll hold up to a double shoddy build, just because it's kind of the same role. Like if anyone from here watches the X Division run, it's the same role that I kept getting told over and over as far as the fighters in that game, which just like pick a thing and dedicate to it. Because as soon as you go multi-role, you're just basically going to have a bunch of things that are suddenly worse at two different roles instead of just the one. So yeah, he's running pretty hot right now, but he's still, he's still doing a ton of damage. And so Lei got a face. We just beat Lei. We're on to number 4 already. Alright, onto the Vial, the missile build. In an ideal world, this should have no chance whatsoever. But yeah, when it comes to non-meta builds, this right here is just easily my favorite. It's just so strong. Just completely dedicated to spread shots. And again, it's kind of that same thing where it also sort of still fills the role of not leaving space for error. Face Sean? Okay. But hang on. Wait a minute here. Let's go back to this. We beat Sean. That was the one, yeah, that was that ultra close range one. There was Lei, that was the really fast one. There was F99, that was the rifle and finger one. There was Vial, which is the missile build, and then I don't know what Hopper is. So let's go Lei again. I'm pretty sure we already beat this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Alright, whatever. Come on, shoddy build. Do it again. Actually, wait, bazooka? Was it? I don't know, maybe. We'll see either way. Yeah, basically, when it comes to grenade builds, all that it comes down to versus a fast build is just, do they miss the first shot? If they miss the first shot, they will usually miss all the rest. If they nail that first shot, they'll usually nail all the rest. It's something to do with how the AI patterns out its movements. But it's like, if it gets hit for that first one, they will be immediately on target for the rest. It's weird. Well, he still might pull this back. I think he just got hit by a napalm. Filthy, filthy with those napalms. Alright. Let's go for the Shellbird. Let's go ahead and just leave, whatever, we'll go ahead and count it as a win. We gotta beat it a second time. Let's see, tried beating the Mother Will and Verdict Day with its full team of Unax. Went about as well as could be expected. Yeah, completely wrecked. You just barely managed to set one foot on the thing and get annihilated, pretty much. You need, like, a full team of really good players, and then maybe 2 of you will make it. You know what the bummer part is? If you didn't pay for the DLC, you don't get this music. there's a chance for it to just not to play. At least so I've been told. Okay, this is super close right now. All coming down to that napalm rocket. If he doesn't hit with a napalm, he's fine. Yeah, no. That's what I was saying. It's like as soon as that first one hits, the rest are almost surely on target. It's really annoying, but eh. It's one of those things that I hope if they ever revisit this concept, I hope they're going to go with AI similar to Verdict Day, where you can actually tell them, like, okay, if you see a shot coming from like this angle, dodge it in this way. You know, if you see somebody at like coming at you from this direction, you know, try to flank them, or you know, like you literally just come up with this whole tree of what if scenarios. And yeah, it takes absolutely ages, but still, it avoids this kind of situation where you have an AI either be amazing or absolute garbage. Like, how many fights did the Unsung win there, and now all of a sudden, like, it can't dodge a single shot? There we go, Leia's probably toast. Love the multicolored explosions. Yeah, this guy could definitely use an EO. That filthy, filthy coral I know you got in there. Because there's no way that that the standard ones are overheating everybody this much. There we go. Get out of here, you unmitigated filth. Alright, next we got the Hopper. So on this team we have... I think it's the Devastator and the Big White left. There we go. Yeah, unit customization is pretty dang good, especially having 3 logic patterns customized on the same AC. Yeah. You could do so much with that. And, like, whenever you saw somebody that made a really, really good one, tell they were better than people. They were better than human players so often, it's not even funny. Like, especially the sniper tanks. Like, the ones that people manage to make in such a way that they will always stay out of your vision. So you have basically just, like, this ghost that insta-snipes you just way out of your vision. It's insane. Little man, I don't think you're gonna do so good here. You much go squish. Very squish, very dead. Wow. It's like, oh god, I can't even move. It's like, basically the Devastator's like that whole Texas stereotype of just like a really, really overweight fat drunk guy just like firing 2 giant guns in the air. Texas is not actually like that. It's more like a bunch of skinny people very organizedly firing guns at targets, but still. Alright, we'll go ahead and stick to that same one. We'll go for a different map here. Let's say, you know what, Crest Base is pretty fun. Let's go there. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Solidar Base now, which apparently they haven't rebuilt in forever. Yeah, if this thing gets its stun lock, again, it's that same concept. If a lightweight dodges the first one, heavyweight is utterly useless. If it hits that first shot, it's dead. It's kind of crappy. That's why I think, honestly, for AI tournaments and stuff like that, even like Sawas and grenades and anything with a big like boom AoE like that just needs to not be allowed, unless going for the full 5v5. Base Henry soon. All right, that's fine. We'll see how many we get to. Again, I have about 20 minutes left, give or take. So we'll see how that all goes. There, he gets the overheat, and that overheat's going to make the difference. Funny part is he can actually leverage... well, the funny part is with the stun rockets, is it's kind of a good way to hedge bets, in a way. Because yes, you're giving up decoys or whatever else there. Oh, got lucky with that pillar. Got lucky with that pillar. Otherwise, that would have been a win. All right, whatever. We'll go for this one next. Was that Hector he was fighting? I don't know. He was fighting one of them. But yeah. What was I getting at? I forget what I was getting at. I apologize. I'm still a little bit scrambled in the brain today. They revisit the FF concept. Hope they add a new feature, make a whole team bases. Celtic. That is this game. That's the point. Like, the dumb part is, just in the PSP remake, we ended up getting only the 1v1 version when it came to offline. If you get the PS2 version, you can't actually do the whole 5v5 thing, and that's what it was balanced for. And it works really, really, really well. I mean, it's not like a direct, like, full-on 5v5, because I'm pretty sure the PS2 would melt. But it's basically, if you look at the Japanese side tournaments, like BGFF, I believe, is the channel to look up. Yeah, surprisingly, Unsung lost that one, but oh well. But yeah, I think it's BGFF. That's the channel that does the Japanese side tournaments. But they will, like, they actually do the full version. Because the way that it works is you make it. If you've ever wondered why you have limitations on your parts for your teams, is you basically have a full-on 5v5. You have just one-on-ones going between each of them. When a fight ends, they keep their same AP and ammo. They get about 10% back for each of them, and then they just move right on to the next fight. So they're already worn down. So you don't get that same thing like, oh, this guy came in at full health over and over and just carried the entire team. It's like, no, you can only have 2 napalm rockets, you can only have 2 BPs or whatever else. That guy using those overpowered parts will just get wrecked, and somebody, you know, the next one will take its place, and you end up seeing some really creative builds. Because that's the format it was made for, and that's why the single player of this game is just absolutely brain dead, because like that's how it's supposed to work. Oh, I think this is Venidae, or I think this is the Venidae theme. So if you've never played it, you get a different, you basically get a different thing every single time that you switch factions. So I think this is the Venidae theme. I usually was used to the Evergreen Families one, which I guess there's some kind of hippie mafia or some crap. Okay, it's weird because I keep thinking I left the volume on my other computer here, and the way that the sound's going, it's just making it sound like it's coming from right here. If you're wondering why I'm looking around like a weirdo. Anyway, so Hector's gone. Let's go for Banner here. Took a few heavy losses in that first one. It's alright, it'll happen. See what the big white can do here. Okay, we got a multi-bazooka. Please just stay at far range. Please don't misunderstand your orders of long range to mean close into absurdly close range and just eat like 16 bazooka shots in the face. Okay, well, that's not long range now, is it? I think also there might potentially be a quirk of the AI where they might decide that long range is the other guy's long range. Because more often than not, I've seen when there's a like a very, very short range build, or short ranged type of situation, they'll still try to get into close range. So I don't know. Could be wrong on that, but still. Yeah, all it would take is one of those spreads to completely ruin him. And honestly, I wouldn't have wasted the napalms on this guy, because he's already functionally got them built into his arms. Because if any part of that wave hits, it's over. Alright, here's Henry. Alright. Let's see. Hello there, Mr. Vale. Nice to see you. Unfortunately, I don't have any cats to show for you to fight today. But, you know, you take some, you lose some. It's kind of how thievery rules worked back in the day. Okay, for some reason trying to pull up the old... yeah, Henry did not seem to stand much of a chance, I'm afraid. Didn't even get to see what he was about. So there we go. Henry are dead. In the end, cats, we all need to fight within our hearts the whole time. Yes, continue watching. I keep being paranoid because I'm a little behind on my Comcast bill, so I keep assuming every time that there's a little pause that suddenly the internet's been deleted. Anywho. Yeah, I think this is the menu music for if you're the blue guys, which were always the Japanese players, so I never got into the blue team. I don't even remember what... Like, I remember their symbol, but I don't remember who they actually were. I don't remember their name. Oh, man. The big white is just doing such a good job here. Doing such a good job with those double radars. You do those laser snipes, come on. So close. Yeah, fight these little tiny whippersnappers. Over here with all his speed. You don't need speed. There we go, and here's George. Let's see if I can find where these people are. VRGP. I'm amazed I keep forgetting this literally every single freaking time, because it comes up every week. So there we go. Here's their channel. I'm sure I have a command for this one in somewhere if I can remember it. But these are the same people that had the PSP version Formula front sheets and things like that, so... Yeah, ooh, he made a comeback. Made a comeback with that spread bazooka. Oh! Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, so who do we still have? Do we have the Shellbird? Okay, we don't have Big White. I know we have Soda Baskets, I know Devastator lost. I think Unsung lost. I think we have Shellbird and Soda Baskets. Yeah, Big White did pretty well, but meh. And yeah, Soda Baskets can win it if he uses his EOs. If he completely forgets he has them again, then he's just gonna die. Again, that's... His whole build is built around that. It's like, no, I don't feel like using them. No. It's gonna go for the ECM devices. You're not winning the DPS race with that, come on. There we go. There we go, that's more like it. This kind of circular fire is entirely what he's built for. There we go. Alright, so we have time for one more. So, got 10 minutes for one more fight, so anywhere from 4 to 10. Mr. Javelin, pick a team, and let's see it happen. And then we'll do the rest of them when we do this next. Just gonna go for 4 by default. Let's say... Let's give like 30 seconds to kind of catch up. Alright, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I guess we're going with 4. Alrighty then. Alright, so we got Warmunga. Let's pick a new map. I think I'm feeling snow map right now. It's probably going to completely ruin our snipey guy, but alright. Let's do this thing. I remember you. 8? Okay. We're gonna fight this one guy, and then we're gonna go for 8. We're gonna stick to the mountains, though. I'm liking this map. I always like this map. It's just, I don't know, something comforting about it. And yeah, the always almost strategy game levels of complete and utter nonsense that comes out of the AIs. It's like, oh, let me just snapshot this thing while having no idea where you were coming from. See, the time here, let's see, type fast but it sends slow, understandable. Right, so 8005, he's a very similar build to that last one, actually. All he's seeing is a bunch of death lasers. Yep. These guys are just pot-shotting each other with super lasers. I would say Big White's got the edge. A bit more armor on him, a bit more longevity. He should be able to take those big shots a bit better. Not to mention most of them have already gotten wasted. He's got a massive AP lead right now. Although he might run into issues down the line by the looks of it. Alright, throw away the Fenrir. Funny part is, he never even gets around to the point of throwing away the Fenrir. Nothing's lasted that long. Okay, got the Barv. Or the... Is that Barry or is that Barv? It's kind of hard to tell. It's one of those things. Okay. Big White versus what I assume is Barry, because the other one was George or something. Alright. Doing an okay job dodging. These little hop dodges are... Yeah, they're doing the job pretty well. Don't think he's actually taken it... Oh, never mind. He has taken some direct hits. Oh, he just took the double. Can't dodge them all, but he's a good hit and runner. So far, he's thrown out a lot of shots with not a lot to show for it. It's probably a good maybe third through his shots. He's done maybe 700 AP. Still though, solid build. Definitely seems like a anti-medium, I would say. I would say anti-tank, but I don't think it's... Heat is kind of its main option against tanks, I would figure. Unless it went for like a cluster bomb type build. Okay, so he's out of his lefties. He's just gotten his bazooka left now. He's starting to catch up a little bit as soon as he's gotten in closer range. Taking some trades, doing some pretty solid dodging. Yeah, he's not going to last. Oh! Well, look at that. Yeah, he actually just ran out of shots, but there we go. He has the pocket pistol for this exact purpose. You thought it was over. It's not over yet. He still has the pocket pistol. Alright. There we go. So that is the Barv Berry gone. And we'll go for the arrow next. Ah, this music. I think this is the hardcore mode music. And yeah, it's funny when you turn on hardcore mode, you actually got a different menu music. I hope they continue that for AC6, since it sounds like they are going for AC6 and not a remake right now. It actually sounds like they're two independent projects. Yep. Yeah, this guy is definitely a lightweight gunfighter here. What is that on his left? Is that... Come on, go to the right a little bit so I can see what's on your... Dang it. I think it was a Thunderer. It was very hard to tell. Alright, that's the arrow gun, CST-99. Let's see how you do. Nope, that's all for now. Nope. You're alright. You're okay. Can you go play? I think you can. Alright, I will be right back while this one's going. Alrighty, and back. Kiddo needed a little bit of lunch. So that seems to be all but one of them. So let's see who this champion is, Mr. Baitehead. So is this one a sentence? Let's see. We got booze, berry, arrow. Costs 98 cents for the Baitehead. Sure. We'll pretend that makes sense. Alright, come on. Can you actually beat the big white? It's been weirdly competent. I don't even know what to make of it. Oh, this weird music in the background, though. See, if I knew that they were going for all fair maps and everything, I probably would go for something like this for TBM's tournament. Like, where it's more of a snipey, you know, freedom of movement kind of build. But I know for a fact he's going to go for one of those ones like, oh, look, this reactor looks nice, let's go fight in this. And then just everybody's running into walls, and their ECM is all over the place. Like, big open maps. That's what these things are made for, man. Stop giving random advantages. Right. Yeah, there we go. And there we go. That's should be one more shot. Done deal. Didn't even get to see what Baitehead's deal was. So, that'll be that for now. I gotta get going. So thank you guys for stopping by, and yeah, there's 5 more teams from Mr. Javelin for next week. I know it was a bit of a short one. Such things happen. Was hoping to start earlier. You know, got a little bit backlogged with stuff. Was hoping to go a little longer here, but again, same difference. So, either way, I'll try and refine these a little bit for next time. And yeah, it's been fun. Thank you, Mr. Javelin, for providing those teams, and looking forward to see what the next challenges bring. Alright, take care. Have a good one.